Hello everyone, welcome back to Quern. This will be the final episode. Maybe, hopefully, who knows? Alright, so before we start doing anything, I have some thoughts. First of all, let's recap the story we know so far, what the motivations have been so far. We got here and we were abducted by Professor Maythorn. He told us that he wanted us to come here to force us to understand, and that he had set up everything to guide us along our path. And that has been true. We have no reason to doubt him. He's a sucky person and honest about it. And then the spirit appeared, and we immediately thought the spirit has got to be like the spirit of nature. This is the wisdom of the world who's trying to warn us against this technological meddler. And you know, it's a story that's so old, it's told so many times, it was almost like hitting us over the head with it. It was like, oh, this is so obvious. But of course, I didn't trust the spirit either, because, you know, there's got to be twists in a good story. So here's what my thoughts are now that we've got to the end. Maythorn totally had bad methods. He abducted us. He is a jerk. But what he wants to do is share the power, and that's the power of the crystals, the power to teleport between worlds. He wants to open the world to the rest of humanity, not just the rulers of the empire, but to everyone. That, to me, doesn't sound like some kind of evil power being released into the universe. It seems to me like something like electricity, or like education, or like the internet. You know, in our lives today, we use so many things, so many powers, in neutral and productive ways. And that's what it seems like the crystals of this world are. They seem like something that can be used any way that you want. Let's take this key. Then we have the spirit. She and her companions, the Amajat, had a bad experience with the power. That it went to their heads, and they went back and were revered as gods by the rest of the people. And they waged war, and people died, and it was terrible. And then she came back here and got turned into a light spirit or something, if she's even telling the truth. And what I hear from that is that the problem wasn't with the power of Cornelok. The problem was with a small number of people having it all, and everybody else worshiping them for it. The problem was the inequality. And Maythorn, for all of his flaws and terrible personality, just wants to share this power with the world, with humanity. And he set up this entire world to teach us about it. Not to tell us what to do, but to show us the same thing that he understands. Whereas the spirit just kind of told us a scare story and said, this is bad, dangerous, be afraid of it, you must destroy it. And that's not an attitude that I sympathize much with. So what I'm planning on doing is doing Maythorn's story. I'm planning on finishing his story. I'm not going to go in right now. I'm going to do the thing that he told me to do. I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, turn on the other portal, right? So we got to figure out how to do that. I just picked up a key. There's something... Oh. This is a solution to a previous puzzle, and these are also solutions to previous puzzles. Okay. So we're seeing how he set it up. Yeah, Maythorn hasn't tried to hide anything from us. Did I turn this back off again? No. Okay. He's been perfectly open. And this character, my player character, like, they have no motivation, they have no home. Screw them! Alright, let's walk down, see what we can do. We should be able to go... Like, we can't get over there yet. Oh, it's a key. Apparently it doesn't turn. So we can't finish yet. We gotta go up there. Have we walked past there yet? I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, so this key doesn't fit in there. It fits in this lock over here. I wonder if this is going to take us back up to the surface. Can I take the key back? No. I want the key though. Alright, look at this. It's so bright. So glowy. And
This
it's
world
beautiful.
is out of time, out of balance. Even its very existence is a great risk.
Explain.
Its power is unnatural,
Scare word.
unbearable.
You're just scaring me.
If you help him, more will come to use this power selfishly.
Clarify.
Each of them will grow and destroy.
Teach me.
He will unchain this destructive curse and let it rumble through worlds without any boundaries.
How do you know?
This force, uncontained, will be the end of countless civilizations.
Explain.
Just as it was the end of mine.
I'm suspicious.
You must destroy the gateway.
Why?
And seal Quernalok forever.
No
one else should ever find this place again.
I disagree.
You must do this for all mankind.
I don't believe you. Just because you're sparkly doesn't make you right. Okay, the choice is gonna come up. This could be a very short episode, or there could be more after this. I don't know. So the way that I do endings most of the time is especially in games like this, is I try to get the best ending on the first try, and then I leave it. And if you want to watch the bad endings, if you want to watch all the multiple endings, there are other people I'm sure who have done that, or you can buy the game for yourself. But my way of playing through games like this is to just get the good ending. And if I get a bad ending, then I'll go get the good ending. But like as soon as I get the good ending, I'm out. Because to me, that's where the strength of video games shines, is in the player decisions. Because in real life, you oftentimes have to make the right choice on the first try, because you can't redo choices in real life. You know, occasionally there's circumstances in which you can, but for the most part, it's like you do something, you do it right. But occasionally I do get multiple endings. It just depends on the game and how I feel. Alright, so I have two options. I can turn it on, or I can destroy it. And it looks like I might be able to teleport there too. No, that's probably how you activate, that's probably how you use the gate to teleport. Okay, there's something in here if I can open it. Papers on the ground look like Scantron tests.
I prepared everything to be able to connect the ancient gateway of Quern to the world chain. I designed all the machinery and I programmed the whole procedure. The only thing I needed was calculations. Complex calculations I was not able to do myself.
So you made a computer.
This machine to think. Think when the capabilities of the mind are no longer enough.
Did you upload yourself?
The only task ahead of me was to wait. And that was exactly what I was incapable of doing. I knew that the calculations could take centuries to finish. I was tired. I couldn't resist the calling of the portal I built. I wanted to live again. I left my life's work behind.
So you had to... It was too long to wait, so he waited for somebody else to come. He probably spent hundreds of years doing everything before this, and then spent hundreds of years making this computer. And then, you know, it's like, oh, what's a couple more decades of setting this all up for one more person? Wow, this guy. Oh, this is open. I'm walking here. This is dangerous. Did something else open? I thought something's gonna come here. Oh, what puzzle is this gonna be? Or am I just gonna read the results? Look at all this. These are all different. So this is binary. I wonder if this actually says anything, or if it's just random. I wonder if anyone's gone through the work to put these through binary decoders. I don't know if this game is that popular. Can I fall off? No. Okay, good. Calculation completed. Because it finished, and then Maythorn left. so infinite time passed. There's a lever here. Is this a button? Ah. Brick of calculations. Oh. He had to invent this computer. He was here, he figured out how to make a computer. Wow. Look at all this. Man, I guess if you had infinite time, then you could just do that.
Fulfill my destiny. I need you to finish what I started. I need you to become what I could not become. The one who leads all of the worlds to a new era. The era of enlightenment.
Where's the choice? I mean, I put the stuff in here. Is that the only thing I can do? Oh, okay. I can put the torch here. Okay. What's this? Can I put something else here? Oh. I think this is going to be the choice. Which of these do I put in here? The one that turns on the warp or the one that burns it? Okay. So, I was about to say something when his voice appeared, but I don't remember what it was. Something about infinite time. Yeah, crazy. You can, if you have infinite time, you can develop a theory of computers and then get all the materials for it and then make it. And fail over and over and over again, because he probably failed a lot when trying to build this. And he's just like, oh well, I've got infinite time, I can just build another one. Wow. Alright, let's do this. Instructions go in here. Power goes in here.
The time has come. The repair cart will need a mineral sample to be able to reconstruct the missing elements of the ancient gateway. You must insert the green crystal.
This is our time. If you insert the red crystal, the ancient gateway should overload and break down. This is the only way to contain this power. This is the only way to restore balance.
What's it gonna
Add the green
be?
crystal sample.
So for
Insert the red
all I
crystal.
know, putting the red crystal in is gonna
Connect the gateway to the chain.
is gonna
Destroy it.
free you. Shut up! Let me talk, let me think.
Do
For all I
it.
know, not doing it.
Do it.
For all I know, not doing it is gonna be a bad ending. Here we
Time
go!
shall be given to those who are in need.
What do I do now?
Seal Quernaluk.
Sample input calculations.
Let all of the worlds know of Quern.
Send repair cart.
Seal it for good.
Let's go! I've chosen my ending. I don't trust you. I think you're gonna escape and take over everything. Achievement, the follower.
What? How could this be? What did I do wrong?
You didn't explain.
Do you even know what you've just done?
You could have told me.
You've ruined everything. You have unleashed it. You have freed this curse from its prison. Countless worlds will be destroyed, just like mine.
I don't believe that.
All because of you. I hope you are prepared to live with this burden. How could I have trusted you?
I think your problem.
I have failed. Once again.
I think your problem
Now leave.
with your people
And watch your civilization fall apart.
was that you hoarded it and you didn't share. Bye. So I'm gonna now... Okay, so she also first started by telling me that... Can I get more calculations? She also first started by telling me to leave through the portal I got here. And then changed her mind. Maybe she didn't know that the portal wasn't working. Now is the bridge extended?
Congratulations. You have earned yourself a place amongst the greatest in history.
Can I even leave?
You have gifted this great power to all. Many will come and learn. You gave them the opportunity to shine and make their worlds a better place. Thanks to our efforts, Quern will soon become a beacon of knowledge, the epicenter of wisdom and intellect.
That's what I'm hoping for.
A new age dawns, the age of enlightenment.
And you're letting me out. Yeah, see, like, the spirit was like, oh, look at this fake library. He's so fake. But he let me out of here to see the facade. He showed me everything.
Now,
he didn't...
It is time for you to join me.
I'm coming. He didn't try to hide anything. He was perfectly honest the whole time. Do I need to grab the key? Oh, I already got it. Let's go! Where are we going? Oh, the one thing I'm worried about is that this might end us up in space.
In person. It will be an honor.
Because most of the universe is space. If you don't know where it's going to end up, it's a random point in space, it's probably vacuum. Is that the end? Huh. I wonder if it doesn't show us the answer. Like, I wonder, maybe if we do the other option, maybe everything is destroyed and it doesn't show us the result. Or maybe the spirit's like, ah ha 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 ha, I can't believe you fell for it. But I do hope it's ambiguous. I really like that it doesn't show us what happens afterward. Because then it feels like it's up to our interpretation. Man, I like that ending. I feel like I got a good ending, even though it doesn't say. That's something I really like. It was kind of like the Talos Principle. There's a bunch of endings in Talos Principle, but none of them are quote good or quote bad endings. It's just, I mean, there's a couple things that are kind of signaling that maybe you didn't do something quite right, but there's technically no good or bad endings in Talos Principle. It's you take the ending that corresponds with your values. That's what I feel like this game is doing too. And I really like that. Because then it makes me feel like the game's not preaching to me. You make a choice, and it lets you make that choice. And it accepts that choice. And I feel like I got a good ending. I feel like this is the best ending. But maybe somebody else made the other choice and felt like they got the best ending too. So yeah, final thoughts time. It definitely was a spiritual child, a love letter to Myst. It did everything for me that Myst did, except having strong character stories from the beginning. But honestly, this game knows its audience. It knows that people who love Myst are going to come here and they're going to give it time. This game isn't trying to take new people in who aren't familiar with the genre. Yeah, you come here, you're doing a point-and-click adventure, there's science puzzles, and there's other puzzles, and that's what you're gonna get. And then, because that's what its marketing is, it had the freedom to have a slow start to the story and really pick up over time. And I love the way the story came out at the end. This was an absolutely fantastic game. I love this game. It's basically a Myst game. The art is totally phenomenal. I didn't like the surface was all gray all the time. I wish there had been more colors up there. I know they did it so that they could contrast the light of the crystals, but I really probably would have enjoyed it better if it hadn't been so cloudy, all the stone and houses hadn't been so gray. But down in the caves, great. The art was beautiful. And the mechanics, everything was animated to look like machines and work like machines. That's something Myst also did really well. This game does it really, really well. And it's just so satisfying when a game animates machines working properly. I don't know what it is. The music was fantastic. I think this game did more on the music than Myst did. Did a lot more, but what it did was very, very good, especially down underground. You know, it felt like we were getting close to the end of the mystery, like we were about to learn the big secrets. We're about to learn. We're about to get there. The one thing I didn't like about this game was that there was a lot of pixel hunting, especially during the first half. I found myself running around through the whole entire game again and again and again to find that one item that I missed, or to find the one place where I have to put the one thing. The second half, of course, when they went underground, did better with that because it was just corridors of puzzles. It was a lot more linear. But if they could like maybe not have you run around the whole game for the puzzles, maybe have them a little bit more localized on the surface, or, you know, if you get an item that you have to go back to the telescope for, or you have to go back to the mines for, or whatever, maybe a little bit more of a hint. Not like a map mark or anything, but like something visual, something instinctive to just get you thinking about that place. There were some puzzles that I didn't really care for. The chemistry, I felt, you know, it's just following a recipe to see if you get the right answer. I did sort of like the higher level puzzle of that, where you have to figure out how to make the ingredient to make the recipe. That was clever, but wasn't my favorite part of the game. I also didn't really enjoy the generic puzzles, like the pitcher pouring puzzle. I don't remember what it's called. It's got a famous name. And the Simon Says, and the logic chess puzzle. Not chess, but you know what I mean. I felt like they didn't really contribute to the type of puzzle that Myst is good for. I mean, Myst does that a couple of times too, but where these games really shine is when the puzzles are important to the science and the world building and the culture. And that's really what I come to these games for. The voice acting was really good, and I think the reason I wrote that is because Myst has a notoriously bad reputation for voice acting, especially Myst 4. So I am really glad that they did that in this. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't do live videos, FMVs, of the actors. I get that that's harder to act, but it still would have been a little bit cooler to have a little bit of that. That's sort of one of the things that's magical about Myst, is that there's people. And they're not animated people, they're filmed actors. The story is really coherent. That's a thing that kind of blew me away, is just how much the story and the world and the gameplay make sense together. These puzzles aren't just puzzles for the sake of putting an obstacle in the player's path. Every single puzzle, even the Simon Says and the logic puzzle, every puzzle was there for a story reason. And that is, I'm going to use a word that I just learned recently, that is good ludonarrative. That is good using gameplay to tell a story. Overall, I had a blast. I'm very happy that I picked up this game. I'm glad there are people who are inspired enough by Myst to continue making games in the same vein, and I will happily play many more Myst-likes in the future. So that, my friends, was Quern! Thank you very much for watching! Let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Myst likes and other awesome games. I'll see you next time! Bye!